Hello and welcome to Springboard, your virtual university. My name is Albert Okran, welcoming you on behalf of Team Springboard led by Comfort. This is your most inspirational show and the point where the greatest minds in the world converge. Springboard is brought to you by the Springboard Ratio Foundation and proudly sponsored by MTN Pulse, UMB Bank, the Enterprise Group, with support from our media gurus, the Multimedia Group, and the Graphic Communications Group. So, the past month has been absolutely phenomenal in the engine room with frontliners in various fields trying to explore the what, the why, the where, the whom, the how, the hidden parts of their lives you don't get to see when they stand on stage or they ply their craft just to encourage somebody starting out there that it can be done. And these are the principles you need to follow. So far, we've had Diana Hamilton, Israel Lai, Ajiti Annan, and then Anita Eskin on the show. Today, I have a very fine young man I really admire on the set with me and in the studios with me. The first time I saw him, I was a judge for MTN Heroes of Change, and he sang at the final. I said, this guy has a unique talent. He would go on to win 7 nominations at the Ghana Music Awards in 2019, a couple of years later, and then in the very next year, win the Artist of the Year and High Life Artist of the Year. By now, you know who I'm talking about, the one and only Kuami Eugene. Kuami, good to see you.
Good to see you, Rev.
I like your name, Kuami Eugene.
Yeah.
The first night I saw you at the National Theatre or Conference Center, I said, this guy has a very unique talent, and I'm happy for you that you've come so far. I know you are quite young, but did you think that you would go into music in this big way when you were growing up?
I knew I was going to do music definitely because, I had a gift for it, and if I sing, people go like, whoa, you have something. But, I was a young boy who was being nurtured in Fadama, and it's not easy in Fadama. So my whole plan was how to get my craft to be heard, even if I'm from Fadama. That was my whole mission.
Tell me about growing up in Fadama. Was it rough?
It was super rough. It was.
I like that, super rough.
It was super rough. It's Fadama. There's gambling. There is. There is hardness. There is hardship. There is rowdiness. Anything. Just it is Fadama. That is. I think it's one of our most hoodie neighborhood in the country, and that is where I come from. So growing up in Fadama was a bit rough, but then again, I was raised by a strong mom, and my mom, to be precise, she was very strong, and my dad was strong as well. But my dad is the let me mind my business kind of a person. But my mom's thing is, your business is my business. Your well-being is my well-being. So
very engaging.
Yes, if you're going wrong, I'm going wrong with you, and I make sure I bring you back on point.
Right.
So being raised by a difficult and a strong mom from Fadama is actually what helped me to emerge from there.
What in your opinion was the biggest deposit of thought that your mother made in you? What was her philosophy?
Of thought. I think it is about first, God first, man will follow. And the second one was make everything work. That is if it can work.
Make everything work if it can work.
If it can work.
Help me to understand that and how it has influenced you.
So she used to go by make it work if it can work. Because I think her house today where she's living in, she started investing in the house with 15 Ghana cedis. Just 15 cedis. And today she owns a house. Even though, God being so good, I blew up quite early to help her to complete it. But she started with 15 Ghana cedis, which was a motivation. It inspired me. Like, okay, if she can start a whole house with 15 cedis, that means if I start something and I believe it is possible to be able to be done, I can do it. That is her policy. If you know it can be done, make sure you finish it. Right. So I apply it in everywhere I am. Even when I'm putting music together, I can actually estimate how long and how big I want this music to go. So I put in my all. If I want it to be accepted in certain areas, I have I have to go find some keywords that I'll put it in there so that it can be accepted everywhere in those places. Because if it can be done, why not do it?
And that was directly a result of your mom's influence. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. What's her name? Let's celebrate her. What's her name?
She's Juliana Enima Mafo.
Madam Juliana Enima Amwafo.
Yeah, Mafo.
Mafo.
That's my surname, Marfo.
Right. We thank God for her life and for who she has been to you. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about music growing up. You said you always thought you would do music.
Yeah.
What was the first encounter with music?
I think, the regular Ghanaian singing in the bathroom is always our first encounter. We all think we are perfect singers in the bathroom. So it started from there. My mom used to say, and you I would see who the call talent your uncle where we. She used to say that. Yes, she used to say that when I'm taking a shower because I would sing throughout. But I think the first encounter was at church. I'm a Presbyterian, so we had something among our presbytery where musical groups from churches, locals will go together in one church and we will all sing. And my local was doing one. So I represented Caris congregation from New Fadama and I was performing and it was so nice. People were so happy to an extent that the stage actually collapsed. The stage collapsed. No, everybody was in the mood. Everybody was in the mood, but we forgot. Probably the stage was weaker than all of us standing on it and it collapsed. So people started saying, hey, Kuami to the stage, no, Kuami to the stage, no. So I think it started from there. And I got quite popular in church, in the presbytery. So I started being invited to churches to perform and all. But then again, that helped to leave the ghetto wasn't there because it was important for me to, find myself. That's what was the most important. And I needed some leverage. I needed some validation. And it comes with money. It comes with funds. And that was what I was just waiting for. So God being so good, finally met my label. And they did a lot of investments for me, and I'm here today.
Let's explore the hit maker. Mm-hmm. It's designed for people like you. You have the talent, nobody knows you, you are hiding somewhere, and they say, listen, even if you don't have a label, if you have nothing, just come out there and then just do it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was I still think it's one of the beautiful things that MTN has done.
It's beautiful.
Help me to find out, how did you hear about it and what was the experience like competing on that platform?
I think I first saw the MTN Hitmaker on TV, and that was 2 years ago, even before I joined MTN Hitmaker. We saw it on TV, and I was like, yo, it's a nice competition. I think then I was 18, yes, and I think I was so young for the show. Because I saw people on that very moment were quite older, and Ghana, when you are so little, people don't take you serious. So I had to wait 2 more years to prepare myself very well for the Hitmaker. And I waited that 2 more years. And I went for auditions, I was picked. And from there, that's where everything, the shooting starts, launching itself.
So you heard about the Hitmaker in your teens, but you just couldn't go. You're too
young.
Yeah,
I was just too young for it. I had to wait 2 more years.
But do you think if you had gone at that time, you'd have won?
I don't think so because it wouldn't be because maybe somebody will do better than me. It would just be because after leaving a reality show at the age of probably 17, 18 years, my possibility of making it than somebody who is, of age to be a star in Ghana here, because our system is not like, the Western, how their system are. You can be Justin Bieber and blow up at the age of 16. People blow up 17, 18, 19. But here in Africa, you need to be of age to be able to be a star in this country. I think, then again, I can still even say I was the youngest artist ever to emerge in Ghana at my age. Because I had Angela when I was just 19 years old.
Was Angela the turning point in your life?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Angela made me who I am. I first had my flight tickets because of Angela. Somebody had to fly me all the way from here to UK to come sing Angela for his wife.
Oh, really?
It was a wedding.
Was the wife called Angela?
Yes, the wife was called Angela.
Charlie.
They were James and Angela. They flew me all the way to London to come sing Angela for the woman.
Wow.
And I think it was one of the few times I ever boarded a plane, and it was an amazing feeling. I had to think like, yo, me this.
Charlie.
So Angela was a turning point for me. It made me.
So, but was Angela the song that you sang at Hitmaker?
No. I never released Angela. I wrote Angela after I got signed. I sang Ebeye, some old songs, and I did some renditions from other popular songs out there. But then again, I didn't sing Angela there. Angela was after I was signed by Links Entertainment.
Right. So you got signed, you sang Angela, and then the world was like,
boom. Like, who is this young boy? And by then, Ghana we weren't new to small boys blowing up this big. It was just, adults. Let me put it that way. And I would say I was the first young boy at that age to blow up that big to go international. Yeah, because when I came, it was a Sarkodie, Shatawale, Stoneboy, Kwabena.
I'm just curious about what inspires your creativity. Some people write songs, wake up in the middle of the night with a line or a verse. Do you play instruments?
Almost all.
Almost all the instruments. Tell us about it.
I play guitar. I play the bass guitar. I play the drums. I play the keyboard. I play the trumpet as well. I play the harmonica as well.
What?
I play a bit of
bass guitar, drums, keyboard.
Yes.
Harmonica.
Yes. I play a bit of flute.
Oh. How do you learn all these instruments?
Music has been my life. I think that is the secret. Music has just been my life. I've been all about music all my life. It's always music for me. So I didn't even have time to. I've not had time to do proper clubbing and partying. Yeah, I've spent all my time learning.
So when knowing all these instruments, if you are composing a song, like let's say Angela, do you take a guitar, start strumming it, and then as you strum it? I learned a bit of guitar, and one of my regrets in life is not following that passion. My wife says I deceived her because when I was coming to propose to her, I played the guitar and then sang a few.
It was just a decoy.
CFG and then DG. Once I was able to play the song and I convinced her, after I got married, I didn't play it. Charlie, I was in that song.
But that.
But do you start strumming the guitar and then the notes just come?
It depends. I think.
How did the songs come?
Music is natural. It's natural. It needs to come to you. Normally, when you go to music, I don't think it makes much of waves because it wasn't natural.
Really?
It will, yes.
So you must not sit down that I'm going to write a song.
Sometimes you can sit down and write a song. A song like Wish Me Well. I sat down and wrote Wish Me Well because of what I was going through that very moment.
Tell me about that.
Because I think it was my first confrontation song.
Hey, yeah. Like Kasantri.
Kasantri Kakra. It was confrontation. Very confrontational.
Tell me about that one.
So after having Angela, people started saying that these one-hit wonder boys, they will come and go right now. I was hearing that a lot, and I did confusion. And they say, "Oh, it will come and go." I heard people saying it on radio and on TV. It's not like they are saying it behind my back. You know, Ghana, they say it on TV for you to see. Say, "Yeah, can't you?" Say, "Oh, we one-hit wonder, baby." So being able to do that. So after Angela followed with Confusion, then Adrinfi came, then Never Carry Last. It was back to back. I thought people were going to stop saying he won't blow again. But the more I was becoming successful in the music side of my life, the more the stress and the attacks kept coming. And I didn't get it because I was a young boy who joined the music industry thinking it was just a free and fair industry where you just do good and people do good back and we all have fun and we go. Not knowing it's not like that. It's not free and fair like that.
Tell me.
There's a price to pay. People don't care about the normal human vulnerability. They don't care about how vulnerable you are. They don't feel your pain. So I sat down one day with pain. It's one of the few times I had pain in my heart while I was writing a song. And I wrote, "If you wish me well, I will wish you well." Do you get it? And I've had my mom tell me that, oh, minimum who near cost now, but Kuami nyao baby a nipa beka. And I had to go put in a song, nyao baby a nipa beka. And she said, yeah, baby a nipa beka by enjoy manyame. So I had to put it in a song, nyao baby a nipa beka by God be my provider. And once I mean you'll be a bonnet yet. If you wish me well, I'll definitely wish you well. But if you don't wish me well, I'll stay in my corner.
So out of your pain, you wrote the
That's
song "Wish Me Well,"
and so some song comes.
And your mom calls you to say, "Charlie, hold fast," and then you add those words to the
song. Yeah.
Charlie, when you made money from that song, you didn't get used to your mom.
No, she's okay, man. She's okay. Everything I have is hers.
If you just joined us, this is Springboard of Virtual University. I'm hanging out with the one and only Kuami Eugene, telling me about how the MTN Hitmaker provided a platform. First of all, how beginning to sing in the ghetto, and then how MTN Hitmaker was the turning point that brought him to the limelight. And then, of course, after having been signed on by his label, the song Angela, he calls the turning point that changed everything. He says Angela made him board the plane to go to London to go and sing for James and Angela at their wedding. Charlie, if your name is Angela, you know what to do when you have a wedding.
First, I've been some for Georgina Benedicta.
You know, so that the name will go in different directions, and then the opportunities will come. So you compose based on different things, how you feel, what you are thinking. Are there some that come by inspiration?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, Obiato, I was inspired one day with Obiato. I was inspired one day with how my songs get reception when it's out there, because people literally can sing my song from beginning to end.
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel inspired. Okay, I'm actually doing something good, and it makes me go back to sieve my lyrics. So I'll probably not put, sorry to say, chaff there to lead people, because I figured a lot of people listen to me.
So let's talk about lyrics. Mm-hmm. Are you the kind who says, are you saying that because your fans pay attention so much to your lyrics, mm-hmm. you are careful about what you put in your songs? Is that what you're saying?
I'm very careful.
You don't sing profane?
I'm very, very careful, because I have all kinds of people listening to my music. I have really old people, very old people listening to my music. I've had videos of old women saying, "Kuami Eugene, or him, it's a cry na bibi." I've had young people sing my music, and I've seen very, very little people vibing to my music, and it makes me really think deep when I'm putting lyrics together. How is this going to affect people out there? Is it going to have good effects or bad effects on people out there? And I try as much as possible to make the good side of every lyrics that I put out there much bigger and higher than, how much playful or maybe irrelevant things I'll put in the music. So I try as much as possible to put a message in there. So every music that I put out there has message. I don't just put message there. I try as much as possible. As much as possible. That means it's not easy to try and put message in every music you put out there. But then again, I think if this is music and it's my kind of way to kind of evangelize, that is what I focus on doing. Because
evangelize?
Yeah, because it's evangelism.
Really?
Spreading word.
Tell me about that. I'm a pastor, so when you use words like that, you got me excited.
Yes.
So you think music is evangelism?
Music is evangelism. It's a spreading word. I think it even moves faster than how you can go door to door to talk to people about something.
So what kind of word? Are you spreading good morals? Are you spreading societal transformation? Are you spreading the word of God? When you say music is evangelism and it's more effective, tell me about it. I'm very curious.
It's more effective because, like I said earlier on, music is waves. And waves goes far. How high can you scream? But speakers can go higher than a human voice. And radio can spread a lot of message at a very particular time, and that's what music does. So if music is being played at weddings, being played at engagements, churches, everywhere, that is spreading a message. So it depends on what kind of music that it's being played. That is where you derive the kind of message that's being sent from.
So do you see yourself as an evangelist?
I see myself as an evangelist, one that spreads good morals.
Wow.
I put good morals out there. Because when I keep telling you, if you wish me well, I'll wish you well. This is a message telling you that once you wish somebody that's close to you well, it it enhances them being able to wish you well as well. That is where the enthusiasm comes from, because you are wishing the person well. I mean, I don't know, Papa will dream me, sir. Then I have to start thinking about him too. That is hand go, hand come. That is wish me well.
So do you rap extempo as well? Do you rap extempo? I'm just curious about the various dimensions of music. I didn't get a chance to pursue. I sang a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do a lot of gospel?
So much. I've been a church boy all my life. I was born in the church, and so gospel. Yeah, I've been.
So I was singing gospel as well when I was in secondary school. And so when I was singing in a group called Calvary Road, and we used to do evangelism. And you call yourself an evangelist. So we have two things in common. We were both singing gospel, and we both were evangelists, as it were. But I'm just curious. So about the various dimensions of music. Can you rap extempo? Like, is that part of your genre?
Yeah. I mean, it's anything that sounds good for the sound I'm hearing at a very particular time. If you call me for a feature, it depends on what beat you play for me. Like, example, Happy Day with Sarkodie. He sent me the song with a rap. It's a beautiful, brand new day. I figured, let me with this whole concept, let me do something that is talking about praising God.
Right.
Because he's done some for us and we need to appreciate it. So I'm saying, everybody, give glory. Yes, so hold on me, mini noni. Everybody, give glory. Yes, so hold on me, mini noni. I don't want me, see your baby. It's the other baby. Jojo. I give you praise, oh bro. I give you praise, oh Jojo. So I'm saying, take your praise because you deserve it. I'm giving you praise. That's why I want you to come and take your praise. I figured with the rap is doing, it will do good when I put kind of a gospel chorus on it. I did a different thing for Otiame Kuami. Yeah, free because of his message. So if the message calls for me putting some raps in there, I think I'll do, since I have the talent to do it, because the pace at which a rapper can express himself is actually always enough than a singer. Because, I mean, when you go to a musical school, they teach you with music, singing and rap goes with loops. But what comes with singing is, if you sing every 4 bar, you can even spend singing 4 bar with just 4 messages, because 1 bar explains 1 message.
When I come back from this break, I'm going to find out about education. I'm going to find out about the technical aspects of music, and then find out about the part that people, if they knew, they wouldn't even say they want to be singers. I'm just enjoying Kuami Eugene. There's something about him that is very compelling, and I could do this all day long. And he's telling us about growing up in a tough ghetto in Fadama and singing in the Presbyterian church, and the day he sang and the stage collapsed. This is too good. I'm telling you. We'll go for a break, and Nicole will tell us about patience. When I come back, I'll find out from him how patience has brought him where he is. And we also get a message from our sponsors, including MTN, that gave him the platform to become the hit maker that he is today. Please don't go away. Nicole, take it up.
Patience. A study published in the Harvard Business Review showed that about 90% of participants said their restraint or patience was an asset in terms of fulfilling their long-term goals for career success. Having a long-term perspective helps to make deliberate choices that are aligned to your purpose. Restraint helps to prevent career burnout and exhaustion. As Coach John Wooden says, worthwhile accomplishments and acquisitions take time. The better the reward, the more time it takes to acquire it. Here are 3 ways to develop patience. 1. Think with purpose. 2. Think long-term. 3. Reflect on situations. Our question for today is the ladder you are climbing leaning against the right wall? What must you do differently?
Don't be left out. Download the Pulse app from the App Store or Play Store to mash up all day, every day. You can also enjoy more mashup. Just buy the new Mega Bundle and get 3 gigabytes data, extra 400 megabytes for your social apps, and free MTN to MTN calls every Monday. So go ahead, feel the pulse on MTN Pulse. Just be. We're good together. Everywhere you go.
There once was a man who had it all. He had skill, he had charisma. He was loved by all, but above all, he knew the importance of helping others, lifting others up. He knew the importance of giving other people an advantage so that they too would use that advantage to help others. All you need is that advantage that sets you apart from the rest. And when you discover that advantage, life's challenges don't seem so daunting anymore. That's where we come in. Enterprise, your advantage.
UMB was established in 1972 as the premier bank for the corporate and private sector in Ghana. From our very beginning, as the only Ghanaian bank serving all categories of businesses, we set a standard for excellence and innovation. Over the past 45 years, we've built a financially healthy and strong bank, demonstrated our commitment to our customers and to growing businesses, and exhibited originality and innovation at every turn. At UMB, our focus is built around people, service, products and technology. These are the key to our present success and our future triumphs. At UMB, we're poised to make a difference not only with our customers, but also in the banking industry. We invite you to share in our future. Our future starts now with you.
Welcome back to Springboard, your virtual university, brought to you by the Springboard Ratio Foundation in partnership with the Multimedia Group and proudly sponsored by MTN Pulse, UMB Bank, the Enterprise Group, with support from the Graphic Communications Group. On Tuesday in the Graphic, just find in the graphic business a transcription of this entire interview and find out about the life and times of my guest for tonight, the fascinating Kuami Eugene. I saw this young man and I said, this young man has talent and he has proved me far more than right. Kuami, before we went on the break, Nicole spoke about patience in the segment that she spoke about. How has patience worked out in your, is it something that you've had to exercise in honing your craft?
I think to be able to go on with this kind of craft that I'm involved in, you have to, patience is a key point. Patience is actually a key point because you can't do this thing without patience. You need to apply it everywhere. I mean, in your interviews, in your appearances, performances, in everywhere, your exposures, everything, it comes with patience. So it's what makes us who as artists. Yeah.
Are there things that you learned, let's say 10 years ago, that you never got a chance to use and you had to wait until 10, 12 years time before you got to use them? Talking about patience, I mean like...
No, not yet.
So are there songs that you wrote long time ago, you ended up publishing it, probably recording it?
Songs, okay, with songs, if you're talking about songs, I think I have quite a number of them I wrote when I was in high school, but I didn't get the opportunity to release them. I'm still not getting the opportunity to release them.
Are you likely to release some of them one day?
I'm sure, but it's just because music is evolving, and it doesn't stay like it was before.
Right.
You know, I do high life music. I've been High Life Artist of the Year in the country for 4 years in a row.
Wow.
Yes, and me being the High Life Artist of the Year for 4 years in a row, still my music doesn't sound like Boba Adolfo or Amachi Dede or Lidodo. We try as much as possible to make it sound a bit like them, so that we can't go wayward from High Life. I mean, the authentic High Life music as people see it. But then again, music is evolving. It changes. So with time, you have no option than to do what is trending. Else, you have to go play your music too. I mean, those of that age to listen to it. And now, with streaming numbers, we have to do what the young people want. That's how we can get food.
So before we came on air, you were playing one of these traditional old-time gospel songs they play at funerals and events and so on. And you were singing it very, very fluently and saying it was a favorite. I was trying to remember what song it was. What was one of those?
When I so many, I think it was
yeah. So that's old school.
Super old school. It's very old school. Very
music.
old school.
You still listen to them?
A lot. A lot. I actually listen to them all the time. I actually listen to them more than the music that are being recorded these days.
What do you listen to them for inspiration, just for taking yourself away from the kind of music that is being played today?
I don't want to go away from the kind of music that is being played today, but the thing is, they have a different way of presenting their message that I think it's so brilliant. They just have a different way of presenting their message. They go into details about what they're talking about.
Right.
So their music is like a prayer.
A story.
I don't see it like a story. I see it as a prayer.
Right.
Because I remember when we used to be in Fadama, my mom wakes up every dawn and pray. And she will pray, she won't sing those songs. But when she's cooking out there, you can tell with regards to the kind of prayer points, I mean, she was talking to God about, it leads to that kind of song she's singing when she's probably washing or cooking in the morning. Because I was there when she was praying, she go like, I don't be a Kuami, my Kuami, mommy. Yeah, that used to be her prayer. And it wasn't easy. It took her a long while for her to survive, and we were all trying to strive together in Fadama there. And when, after praying, you just come and sit down and start singing a song like and the song is very detailed to an extent that it explains her prayer points.
Right. Because
she's been praying about the same thing for a long time, and it looks like it's not being answered. So she's singing,
so this is a third song that you are describing that the lyrics were influenced by your mother. Either something she said to you, something she prayed about.
This is not my song. This is Reverend Asumani and Tiwa's song.
Oh, okay. So that's why the song connects to you.
It explains the kind of prayer she's praying. So the reason why I'm so attached to the old kind of gospel is because their presentation explains more, and it's like a prayer. If you can know the words conk like that, you don't even have to pray. You can just say it. It's like a whole prayer. That's just why I like the
beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful. How many days, hours, years of preparation do you need to be able to release a good hit song? What kind of?
I don't think with a hit song, you need maximum time of preparation. You don't need preparation when it comes to time, because you can put music together today, release it today, and it will go as far as you will never imagine. But you need preparation on how to release it, where to release it, the funds to release it. So it's not how long you have to put the song together. Okay. You can put a song together today and release it today. we've had songs where we didn't prepare for it. Like, I have one big song. It's one of my biggest songs in the UK, Akushika. I recorded the song in the studio, and it was just there, so we just put it on the album. Before we realized it was the biggest song in the African fraternity in the UK. So like Akushika, like I was saying, defines the fact that it's not about how long you prepare the song. It's about how well you prepare how to release the song.
The venue, the location.
The location, where to release it, the funds for it.
I find that sometimes a person can release a song. One of the big arguments I used to have with my friend, the late Danny Netty.
Danny Netty?
Yes. I used to have a lot of debates with him about music. We traveled to Nigeria, to Gambia on the Springboard show, and he composed a theme song for Springboard. And so we'll sit into the night and discuss music. And I used to ask him questions about why, at that time, a particular Nigerian artist had released a song that had just 2 words. We talked about 4-bar music and so on. The song had just 2 words. And it became a hit across the continent. And I was wondering why songs that had all the complexity and the lyrics and the bridge and the descants and everything were not making it. And this person with just one chorus was just making it. And I was wondering, is that our style of music appreciation?
It's like what I said earlier on. Music is evolving, and what is happening is people have less time these days.
Okay.
They have less time to sieve whatever plenty lyrics you are putting together. So people want to do things the quick way these days. So you need to try as much as possible to summarize everything you have. So if now music used to be 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Now music is 2 minutes.
Right.
Music lasts for just 2 minutes. It used to be 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. I mean,
sometimes
actually they have 15 minutes, 10 minutes. But now music is 2 minutes. As far as you can go is 3 minutes.
So how do you hold the audience spellbound in 3 minutes? What's the secret?
Yes, so you summarize everything, like I said earlier on. You have to summarize the message you want to tell them, put it together, make it very snappy. Because now people don't have time. And we are having a lot of musicians every single day. People are changing their mind because they think they have the talent and the ability to sing all the time. And people want to do music all the time now. So we are getting more musicians like before. And now, having a medium to do music is not difficult. I mean, now I can produce my music on my tablet. First, when I used to be in Fadama, I had to gather money, go buy speaker, go buy amp, and go buy microphone and all. But now, you can just have your microphone, sound card in your bag, and you can have all the softwares on a tablet like this. And you can do everything. You can produce your music. And I remember I wrote my Rockstar album on a tour to UK.
So when I say Rockstar, is it what?
Africa #1.
Beautiful.
We didn't come here to play.
Chale. And you were going on a tour to UK, and then what happened?
Yes, I was on a tour to UK, and I was writing my whole album in a plane. Because now I can produce on my laptop. My MacBook will do everything for me. When I get to the hotel, I have my sound card and my microphone in the bag. I just mount it like that, have my Beats by Dre, put it on. I can record, get everything done, and I can send it to somebody in Ghana to mix it. So now, the availability to music is so frequent in our current society. There's a recording studio in every 2 blocks, every corner, every area. I mean, yeah, so now people are doing music, and we don't have time to listen to one person for 6 minutes. That is what's happening.
If music is so accessible, if the tablets have made it so easy, why are so many budding musicians trying to break through and struggling?
Still underground.
Yes. Help us to understand.
It is because the bigger it gets, the more it allows people to sieve the music down. If you get what I mean. Now people need to sieve it down. They have to weigh which one they prefer.
Okay.
And that's where the difficulty comes in.
It's like
So now,
like competition.
to be able to make it in the music industry, you have to be extremely talented. It's not like before. You can sing, join a band, and before you realize you're a band leader and you start doing music. If you can bear witness with me, it used to be like that. A lot of, I think it was before I was born, but with experience and a few things I've read, most of our big celebrities used to be band leaders. Do you get it?
Right.
So you can start from a church, lead a band before you realize you go record your own song, then you become a celebrity. But now, because it is everywhere, we have to accept the best. And it's difficult to get the best because now everybody is doing it. If you go to probably a university that has, let's say, 100 people, you can get 20 people who think they can be musicians.
So many more people are trying to play their craft.
People are trying
it's
to
because
join
of
the
people like you who
now.
have succeeded so much in a short
Yes,
time.
that is why you need to be extremely talented, or you should have some favor. Some people just have some favor. The song may not be the best song in the world, but then again, it goes everywhere.
What kind of favor are you talking about?
Oh, a lot of people have favor that I probably don't want to mention names.
Right.
But then again, you can tell, oh, this song...
Is it favor in terms of contacts with the right people? Is it favor in terms of God's blessings? What kind of
It's favor in terms of God's blessings. I mean, meeting the right people to put your music on is about whom you know. I don't think that is favor. That is friendship.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the favor of God, that you just have some divine blessing that if you put the song there, regardless of the song being the noisiest song in the world, it will still blow and get to every corner. People are doing music you call Anyumbe Nsuni, but then again, it's being played everywhere. And that's what I'm talking about.
Right. Let me ask about your education.
Yeah.
You grew up in Fadama.
Yes.
Were you schooling?
I was schooling. I was in Salvation Army Senior High School. Then I moved there to Accra to come complete senior high school. And from there, I had to go study music at DAM. And from studying music, I did my diploma in studying music, which I want to do my master's soon.
What was the direction of your formal education at first before you studied music?
It was. I mean, how every regular Ghanaian boy will go to the nursery, from nursery to GSS, GSS to SHS, SHS to tertiary. Yeah, my mom loved education, so I mean, we were 4 siblings. Everybody, my mom made sure will proper have good education. Yeah.
God bless your mom. You've mentioned it quite a few times, and I think
Shout out to my dad too. Yeah, my dad has been very helpful to the whole family. But then again, on my side, people keep saying, why do I always mention my mom's name? I don't mention my dad's name. Because you should hear my sister speak as well. Always speaking about my dad.
So
Yeah.
you're balancing it.
Yeah, I think we came from that kind of a family. My dad had more of his focus on my sister and my other brothers. And my mom had her focus on me.
Right.
That is why I have more stories with my mom more than my dad. It's not like my dad didn't take care of me.
Including praying to give you the lyrics.
I just had a lot of memories with my mom more.
Kuami, you mentioned Ochami Kuami. He's a big friend of this Springboard Foundation.
He's
He
like a
comes here quite a
godfather to
bit.
me. Come again, please.
He's like a godfather to you?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I learned a lot of things from him.
Right. Have you done a collaboration together?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
That's a recent one.
Yeah, there isn't one.
Right.
Before that, we have another song, "It No Be My Matter," but it was on his album, so it wasn't as big as Yeko. Yeko's too big.
Yeah. That's nice. Let's talk about your life after winning the Artist of the Year in 2020. How did it change your life?
It changed quite a lot of things. Like I said earlier on, and people don't forgive you for normal human vulnerabilities anymore. And they think you're special. So people try to put things in a more insidious way. Because, oh yeah, Artist of the Year, and this is all Kasa say, and this is all you say, and this is all Tana say. And it makes it quite difficult for I mean, because you can't make everybody happy. This is what we find ourselves. We are doing a craft where we can't make everybody happy. So we try as much as possible to make those who are ready to be happy. That's it. And we just move on. So the Artist of the Year, it comes with a lot of backlash, and it comes with a lot of pressure. And people actually cross fingers, waiting
For you
to
to
see
fall.
if you could make it again.
Let me find out from you. I mean, when you were small, you wanted to be big. Now that you are big, you're realizing that being big is not
easy.
as nice as it looks from.
It's normal, man.
But I'm sure between being small and being big, you still take the big.
Of course, I mean, I was saying some time ago that if, if there's another word, if there's reincarnation, I want to go back and come as Kuami Eugene.
Wow.
Again,
Why?
yes. Because I think I have something only few people in the world has. It makes me special. It makes me special. And the favor of anything I touch turns into gold. It's something I want to have again.
But that's a very powerful statement.
Yeah.
You are contented, aren't you?
I'm super happy. I'm excited. I bless God all the time for making me me. I was saying, what my biggest fear is waking up one day and I won't be me again. I wake up and, when I go out, people don't refer to me as rock star. I'm like,
How did the name Rockstar come up?
Me coming from the rocks and being a star. Because life wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Because my mom says this all the time. Life wasn't easy. Because, I'm for the rocks and finally I'm here today. So coming from the rocks and being a star, I merged the two and I think I got rock star. So it's not the rock star with guitar and making,
it sounds like that.
Doing
actually.
rock music.
Okay.
But my rock star, that's the definition for my rock star.
And then when I say Rockstar, then you say what?
African number one.
African
You
number one.
didn't
You didn't come here to joke.
No.
Hey, Charlie, I like that. All right, let me just tell you my 10 lessons I've picked from this beautiful conversation, and then when I come back to you, I'm going to ask you to speak to those who are from the rocks, but who are not yet stars.
Oh.
Just tell them something, Charlie. Just hearing from you, 1 minute, it will change their lives. These are my 10 lessons from Kuami Eugene. Number one, he says he grew up in a rough neighborhood and started singing in church. And his inaugural performance broke the stage, but that became also the leverage and the platform to step out of the ghetto and begin to explore his career. Lesson number two, role model. His mother is his biggest icon, biggest role model, and he says she's the greatest influence in his life, his faith, his character, his philosophy, and even the lyrics of his songs. Even praying for him and encouraging him provided lyrics for some of his songs. Number three is about the MTN hitmaker. He says he heard about the hitmaker in his teens, but had to wait a couple of years to participate or compete, and he thanks God that he did, because that made him more mature and more ready to sail on from there to become who he was or who he is. Fourth one is Angela. He says, Angela made me. That was a turning point, and his first travel to the UK was to perform Angela at the wedding of James and Angela. The fifth one is about composition. He says, music comes naturally, and he plays different instruments, but he composes differently for different situations. For instance, the way Angela came was different from the way Confusion came. And when Angela came, they said, this is a one-off. Then he did Confusion, hoping that they would stop, and they still said it after a number of tracks until he realized that they were not changing their minds, and he composed a song, If You Wish Me Well, to tell them, listen, Charlie, leave me alone to perform my craft. And then on lyrics, he says, he has all kinds of people listening to his lyrics, and therefore he feels a sense of responsibility to communicate a good message. And so every song has at least a message in it. Even if there's a place of fun and everything, there still is some message hidden somewhere. Number 7 is about my favorite, evangelism. He says music is a more effective means of evangelism than any other form. He says he sees himself as an evangelist spreading good morals, and he also tends to like old-time music because the words in it are like a prayer. Number 8, he says the industry is not kind and is quite unforgiving, and especially it doesn't forgive your vulnerability or appreciate your vulnerability. He says that especially when you win awards and go higher, there is absolutely pressure on you. Number 9, he says music evolves. He says in his days of Fadama, he would hire speakers, hire equipment just to do one show or one song, but today he does everything on his tablet. And that ease of releasing also means more pressure and more competition. To be able to stand out, you must have the talent, and you must have the networks, and you must have divine favor. The final one, another one that's my favorite, is about contentment. He says he thanks God every day for making him Kuami Eugene. And one of his biggest fears is to wake up one day and not become Eugene. I think I like that one. It's beautiful. Kuami, this is your microphone, this is your camera, this is your audience, and especially those who come from the rocks but want to be stars. What would you tell them?
Hi, Rock Star Kuami Eugene. So, wherever you find yourself, and if things looks like if it's looking like things are not okay at the moment, I think all I would say is, first, my mom will say God first, then man will follow. And second, patience. You need to have patience for whatever you are doing, if that thing is going to work. If you have the zeal that this thing is surely going to work, have patience for it and never stop on embarking towards it. So be creative, be innovative, be strong, be hopeful, be optimistic. You have all the help. If there is no one, at least there is God and yourself. So start something, keep pushing. And again, God first. Man will follow. Your rock star, African #1.
We didn't come here to play.
We didn't come here to. We can't come all this. I mean, walk all the way here, come and play.
We didn't come to play. We came to bring out Kuami Eugene in the engine room on Springboard, your virtual university. Kuami, I've had a lot of fun listening to you.
Yeah.
And I look forward to doing this again. When you win your next award, let's have another conversation.
I know, I'll bring the awards.
Tell him, bring it.
You should have told me this earlier on after I brought everything.
Don't worry, I'll show them on the screen for the benefit of your viewers
thank you so much.
and listeners. But a big thank you to you for coming and to all your fans for cheering you on, and a special prayer for your mom, for your dad, for your family, for giving us Kuami Eugene. And one thing is certain. You won't wake up one day to find out you're not Kuami Eugene.
Yeah.
You will remain Kuami Eugene.
I have to.
On behalf of MTN Pulse, the Enterprise Group, UMB Bank, the Multimedia Group, and the Graphic Communications Group, my name is Albert Okran from inside the engine room saying, God bless you, and God bless you. We are out.
Yo, baby, I need Babeka. My God be my provider. He be my protector. So what I go higher. Oh yeah. Me nyawo bi ampo boni. I don't do them anything. People say me another day. If you wish me well, I wish you well. Me nyawo bi ampo boni. I don't do them anything. People say me another day. If you wish me well, I wish you well. Eva, I still dey fight for the paper. Of me now, no be later. No be later. Eva, I still dey fight for the paper. Of me now, no be later. Yeah. Nana nyami kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nana nyami be kebi mama, kebi mama. Nana nyami kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nana nyami be kebi mama. Yeah. Mi nyawo bi ampo boni.